Good morning, Card Beanies. RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day: a photo ball, 1995. Actually, this is 1990. No, it's 1995. Phillies photo ball, issued by Burger King as part of a set. Facsimile signature. Just a little random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Today's random baseball item of the day. Also a ball. This one, from the what is the All-Star game? Oh, here we go. The All-Star game from 1998. Oh, 1991. Here we go. All-Star Team 91. July 9th, 1991. This is the National League player facsimile autograph ball in the game. Cal Ripken Jr. was the MVP, and the American League beat the National League 4-2. Bunch of different Hall of Famers on this ball. Tom Glav and Craig Biggio. Paul O'Neill, now he's not a Hall of Famer. It's hard to read some of the signatures. Frank Viola, these are the National League ones. Frank Viola, Darryl Strawberry, George Bell, Yvonne Calderon, I think. Will Clark, Eddie Murray, there's a Hall of Famer. Benny Santiago, Juan Samuel, I think. Ryan Sandberg, Felix Jose, I guess. Who else can we figure out here? Can't read that one or this one. That's Tony Gwynn, I think, actually. Travis Martinez, looks like. Howard Johnson, Chris Sabo, Barry Larkin, I think. There's Ozzie Smith on the sweet spot. I got that one. Yep. So just a facsimile autograph ball. Fun little thing to have. Very inexpensive to acquire. Today's trivia question. When Babe Ruth retired, he began the first game of a doubleheader in 1935 in Philadelphia. Batted in the first inning, took the field in the bottom of the first inning because it was in Philadelphia, so he grounded out in the top of the first and appeared in the left field during the game in the bottom of the first, but played so poorly that when the inning was over and the team returned to the dugout after the bottom of the first, Babe Ruth did not go with them. Instead, he retreated to the outfield clubhouses in Baker Bowl and never appeared in a Major League Baseball again. So when they went out to the bottom of the first to take the field, who replaced Babe Ruth? That was your question. Who replaced Babe Ruth after he appeared in his final Major League game? Which played for 3 awesome Hall of Fame cards, of course. A Hall of Fame Conlon Collection card of Luke Appling with his career stats on it, every one of them with the Chicago White Sox. 1992 score, a 1991 highlight card of Kirby Puckett, and then a really cool card of Warren Spahn. This is the mini puzzle card. The puzzle card is usually like a solid card showing you what the puzzle is going to look like when you put it together. But this one's a mini puzzle, actually. This would appear in your highlights and rookies box set. So those are the 3 items you're playing for. If you're interested in acquiring those, all you need to do is send out a guess to me. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So today what I want to show off, it is Kidz Korner Day, and I always try and show off on Kidz Korner something that will interest kids, to get kids involved in the hobby again. Again, I say this before. I've heard many people say, how do we get kids involved in the hobby? We talk about it, but we don't do anything about it. This is my attempt to do something about it. I do not believe anybody's paying any attention to what I'm saying. I don't believe I'm having any influence on the hobby, but I'm doing something I enjoy doing it, and I think I am showing off interesting things that kids would like. Today, what I'm going to show off is more commemorative baseball. So, what I mean by that, most of us as veteran collectors, when we think of a baseball, we think of something like this. This is my autographed Mike Schmidt ball. All right, just has the autographed name. It is PSA certified. It actually has I believe on the bottom here, it's got a signature, a seal, one of those stickers. Right there it is. You can kind of see the PSA sticker there, and that is a number match for this certificate of authenticity. So this is kind of what we as veteran collectors think of as balls. When you want a baseball in your collection, you want it to be autographed by a star Hall of Fame player. That's what you want. But if you're a child and you're a parent of a child who you want to get them interested in baseball, why not consider other forms of baseball? So I showed off that all-star ball, but one of the great things you can get at the ballparks are team-signed balls, but facsimile team-signed baseballs, so that your child can have kind of like signatures of their favorite players. This one, obviously, is a 1988 team-signed or facsimile team-signed baseball of the Phillies, okay? Right there is Mike Schmidt's signature. I don't think they had any other Hall of Famers. Lee Elia was the manager. If you get a team-signed baseball, protocol is that the manager should be on the sweet spot. Again, I don't believe there were any other Hall of Famers on this team. In fact, most of the other members of the team were very much forgotten people. There's Von Hayes, Greg Gross, who've been on the Phillies for years, Steve Jeltz. Again, Mike Schmidt's still there. Milt Thompson, I think. Again, not a bunch of well-known people on the Phillies at the time. Tony Taylor is a coach. It's really hard to find anybody. Chris James, barely people I even recognize the signatures of. That's how bad they were at the time. But again, it's a fun little thing. These are usually available for like $5 at the gift shop, and it's a cool thing for your kid to hold on to play with. Give it to him so he can actually hold it in his hand and enjoy doing that. Now, there's a lot of different types of baseballs like that. There's a lot of other photo balls, and some of these other photo balls are a little more expensive. So here's something I got. It's a Mickey Mantle photo ball. Got the facsimile signature on it, of course. Got a little bio on the back. Turns a little bit. It's got a little placard on this one. This one came with this little plaque. I think this was from my aunt who sold Avon products, and Avon had gift things that they did. So this came from my aunt many years ago. Had a couple different players like this. I imagine this is the artist's name who did the picture of Mickey. But this is the kind of ball you can get. Again, very inexpensive, these photo balls, because, again, veteran collectors like us, we have no need for something like this unless you're a player collector. You really don't even think about such things. Another great collectible you can get are World Series winning team. We will call it facsimile ball. So here's a ball from Sports Illustrated released this after the Phillies won the World Series in 2008. It's got a logo ball, but again, facsimile signatures of all the star players from the Phillies back in 2008. And again, this would be like a $5 item in any store. There's really no value to it, but it's a really super cool thing to have if you're a kid and you want to remember, if you happen to have been alive and watching the World Series team, to get a cool little thing like this to have as part of your collection. Other great things I like to have in my collection are balls that celebrate historical events. So I've shown this off before, but this is my baseball from the Hall of Fame, 1935 1936 first Hall of Fame election, facsimile signatures of the first 5 members of the Baseball Hall of Fame, a bio, and a Hall of Fame logo. Really inexpensive. Again, on the secondary market, maybe $5, you know. Another anniversary kind of balls. Little League Baseball, anniversary baseball. This is just a logo ball. There's no, there's no signatures involved on these, but it's just a cool little ball to have in my collection that honors a historical event or anniversary. And then lastly, what I want to show off is another little souvenir thing I have in my collection. Now I have a lot more balls that honor historical events, players, people, things that I'm not showing off, but again, I'm just trying to make a point here. But this is one of the cool ones I have. The Field of Dreams out in Iowa. I hope you guys all get a chance to look at it, but this is the ghost player. So I think the town still does it. They have local townspeople who, on certain anniversary games or certain holidays or special events in the summer, the townspeople will dress up as the old White Sox players and come out of the field and all that. And this, back in 1995, the names of the people who did it, these are their signatures. So the actual just townspeople signatures of the players who would come out of the field. So it's not like they pretended to sign for Joe Jackson and Eddie Sykott or anybody. It's just the individual townspeople signatures. I think it's a really cool item, so I have it in my collection. Just a couple examples of, facsimile baseballs or, baseballs that honor events that there's little value there, but they really can inspire kids. They really can have a meaning to kids. Again, can spark an interest in the game when you put something like that in front of a kid that he can actually hold. I mean, this is not worth anything. So having the kid walk around with this in his back pocket, take it to show and tell, just go crazy with it. Throw it around the backyard, actually. That's a really, really cool item, I think. And again, something to pique their interest in the game and get kids excited for baseball. That's the whole point of these Kidz Korner episodes, all right? I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget the trivia question, and come back on Friday for one more, all right? Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your week, and take care.